All we asking you to do is to consider the people that have been there, like me and my husband, been there since 1997.
Thank you, Ms. Wells. Any other citizen comments regarding this agenda topic? Can come to the podium, state your first and last name and address.
My name is Calvin Galloway. Lot 1. What was the trees though? I have nothing to do with that because all those properties on Walk Drive belong to separate people. Now, I was the general contractor over 3 of those houses. But what was the trees, I have no control over that. Forest Walk Drive, Lot 1, there's going to be 5 houses. You'll be facing Martin Bluff Road. The lots won't be small lots. The lots will be 100 by 200. And for the drainage, in the back of each property, I'll have like a little ditch going towards Long Drive because everything drains towards the baseball field. So, and the houses that's going to go up there, they won't be small houses. They'll be anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. And the 3 houses that I've already put on Long Drive, one was 3,600, the other one was 3,000, and the other one was 4,900. And I spoke with another man, I've been in contact with him, he lives in Texas. He has a 9,600 square foot house he's going to put further down. And this other lady, been in contact with her, she was asking me, still trying to work things out. She has like a 4,600 square foot house. So to me, that's only going to add value to the house, to the neighborhood. Like the forest of trees, I can't do anything about that. And like I said at the other meetings, those lots, I've been over there since '99, and those lots have been up for sale ever since then. And I just waited until they came down, and I bought a bunch of them. But for that, everybody could have bought the property and stuff. But I'll take in consideration what they all say if it's approved and everything. And as far as the drainage goes, like I said, I've been there since '99, and right past where I live at, it does get bad. From what I was told, everything south of the interstate drains down that way, but it goes out pretty quick. But I have nothing to do with like city trees and stuff like that. Yeah. And to address the other lots right behind the lot 1 I own, lot 2 my son owns. He's in the military, and his goal is when he retires, he's going to put a house, just one house. Right. And then lot 3 belongs to another guy. And he has like a 4,600 square foot house. He lives in Hickory Hills, and he's planning on moving on lot 3 and just waiting on him to break ground. But that's only one house going on there too.
You live on Lark?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've been there since '99.
Okay.
Is that all you have, Mr.
Yes.
Kelly? Thank you. Any other citizen comments? I just want to, Ms. Wells and also Ms. Shaw, Dorothy Shaw, did send a letter to myself and the board. I have not seen my letter, so I don't know what it says, but she verbally told me what it said. And I don't know, did the rest of the board, y'all all got your letter? She apologized she could not be here this evening, but in your letter, she sends, and she also appreciates all that we do, is what she told me on the phone, and knows we have laws, and she hopes we would do the right thing for the neighborhood she has invested in. And of course, as we know, she's recently retired and plans to stay in that home. So will you let her know, Mr. Shaw, we did get her letters? Also, to the residents, we heard just now at the podium some concern about some other lots, and I think there's some confusion, as Mr. Galloway just stated. Just to let everybody know, those lots were subdivided and individually owned by somebody else.
I don't think they were ever subdivided. It's been those size lots.
Yeah, they've been like that.
Each one of those lots is over an acre.
Right.
That's on the north side. They're just narrow and very deep. But I'm on Jackson County web mapping right now, and every single parcel is well over 1.1 acres.
Right. So it didn't just happen so they cleared all these different and made new lots like a subdivision. They were already platted and divided like that and many years ago. And I don't know if y'all were aware that was even done. I explained that this afternoon on the phone with Ms. Shaw when she questioned, and I explained it to her, and she understood that. So I just wanted everybody to know what is taking place tonight is only 5 lots. He's asking for rezoning, one parcel. One parcel, but he's asking to then subdivide to 5 for 5 homes.
That's not in this though. This is just a rezone.
Right, but I'm saying what he plans to do if it's rezoned. I'm explaining that to them.
There's a plot in here for the,
Yeah, but I'm saying he still has to come in front of council as far as
For each
subdividing his lots, or would that just be the
No.
county?
It'll be a subdivide minor, which is handled through the planning department because
Right.
every lot has road frontage.
Right,
So for subdivide major, it wouldn't come before council,
I got you.
but this would not be that.
Right, so that's what I wanted to explain. It's all on the Martin Bluff Road, not the Lark. The driveways are not on Lark. All these would be on Martin Bluff if the zoning was approved. I just wanted to explain that also. So do we have a motion by council?
somebody make a motion. No, ain't
Well,
nobody.
yeah, we gotta have discussion. All right, I'll make a motion that we approve rezoning parcel 1 on Lark and Martin Bluff Road based on an error in the zoning when that area, that strip of Martin Bluff Road was just blanket rezoned each side many years ago without taking into consideration the uses of those properties.
We have a motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second by Councilman Gilat. Any discussion, starting with Councilman Elvin?
For these residents up here that talk about the drainage, I have spoke with Clearwater and some residents that live up in that area in reference to the drainage, and they have been out there and they have been looking at it. I'm not sure how this will impact you in the long term, but in the short term, I know they're trying to address the problems that are in place. Also, when I looked at the agenda item, I started looking at I guess what could happen there, and one thing would be the strip malls is what has been brought up. And then I looked at the area, and I see strip malls just don't look like it would fit the surrounding area. It looks more of the residential area, especially coming off that main thoroughfare off of frontage road. And I think it would look better as a residential as opposed to a strip mall. So I look at these aspects, and what he just told me, I kind of, when someone invests in our community and buys property to develop it for whatever reason, profit or for family residential area, I kind of, would not like to hinder them from developing their property the way they feel it should be, as long as it fits the area. So those factors, what you brought up, I have already looked into it, and I've talked to several people up in that area that are having the same problems with drainage, and they are trying to address it. So we'll have to see in the long term how that affects, and at that time, if it is a problem, we'll revisit it and try to fix those issues at that time. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Elvin. Councilman Anderson?
Yes, I agree with Councilman Elvin and most of his remarks there. And I do understand the present homeowners there, which have nice big lots and some nice homes in there. But now after listening to Mr. Galloway, he has those 5 lots as fairly large lots, considering a lot of the areas don't have that big of lots. I mean, 100 by 200, 0.46 acres.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was he saying about 1.1 acres?
I was saying that's all these individual lots along Lark right here. That's his property right here. But
0.46.
But if you click on,
Okay, that's about right. Look, almost a half acre.
yeah, which one would be a half acre?
But his up front, I think, would be more, right? Councilman College?
No,
Yeah.
these ones right here would be half acre lots.
Well, he could have divided them in 60-foot front lots, and I like the 100-foot
Yeah.
by the 200-foot lots, and the size houses he's talking about building sounds in line with what your homes in there now are. I would like to see him held to what he just told us, if that could be done when he gets ready for the final plot, And with these sides, not changing the lots up and getting them smaller on us and building smaller homes. I mean, what you told us sounds fairly reasonable and in line with what's already in there. I do have concern with the people having to enter and come off of Martin Bluff Road into those lots. It may be something we can do, and maybe reducing the speed limit right there before you get to the service road, or the frontage road. But other than that, I think he's in line with what you have in there now, and I understand your concern. And but I agree with Councilman Elvin. I don't like to tell somebody they can't do with their property what they would like to do, and I think he's presented something here that's fairly reasonable, and I think it looks better there in that area as residential rather than commercial. That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman College.
This is a rezoning from a commercial 2 to an R1. Is there a way to, sort of like a special exception or a conditional use, to put stipulations on a rezoning, or is it a blanket? So basically what we're saying is if you rezone to an R1 right here, he doesn't necessarily have to follow what's presented here. He could go to the standard minimal, 9,600 square foot?
Yes, sir.
Which I don't think he would do, because his son lives behind him and he lives on that street. I don't think he wants to be a detriment to the neighborhood. And I have no reason to doubt that he's not going to do what he says here. But like I said, going through everything on this street here, all the lots on the north side, primarily with the exception of this one, this lot right now by itself is 2.38 acres. His son's lot is, let me get to that one right there, is 1.8 acres, which is right behind there. And then the third one, where you said a neighbor was saying, is in itself 1.17 acres, which is pretty much the consensus all the way along the north side of Martin Bluff going down there. Each lot is 1.17 or greater along there. Now, I do have a question with regards to the zoning itself. Looking at the zoning map, Mr. Ankerson, just fine. It looks like it's just an offset from the center line of Martin Bluff Road up to Hastings, and then it stops on the east side of Hastings up to Shady Points. And I don't understand why they had that break on that right side there. And I know we've had some issues over there on the west side where it didn't follow property lines. It actually followed just an offset, which I think at the time probably should have followed. I don't understand the rationale of it at the time, but I know in the past we've had to make some zoning concessions based on it not following lot lines. Do you feel that, I guess just in your professional opinion, based on it, that when you do a rezoning of this caliber, it should follow the lot lines and not a direct offset?
I think we've all made that determination in the past, a couple of cases where we've rezoned 3 or 4 lots at a time based on a zoning delineation line going through the center of the property.
Right. Yes. And I mean, I guess the only other thing we kind of can say, Mr. Galloway, just going by where being you live on that street and so forth, I mean, I'm going to guess that you're going to be a steward of your word and kind of follow what you're saying right here. So, okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Councilman Gilat. Thank you, Councilman College. Councilman Gilat.
My only comment is I hate strip malls. I just can't get some of the ones that we have in this city are an eyesore. And I hate to see another strip mall be put in there and become an eyesore. So that's all I'm going to say. I agree with everything else that the previous council person said. I just am not going to repeat it.
Thank you, Councilman Gilat. Councilman Jackson.
Yes, so I see that homes, like other homes within this C3 zoning or C2 zoning. And so it looks like these are all residential areas, and it's, I guess the old line of commercial is running through residential areas. So are we moving this line Because there are residentials, according to this map, that are under commercial zoning right now.
Councilman Jackson, that's why Councilman College made a motion to say it was an error. Those subdivisions were
Right.
built before the zoning and they were in a R1 district. Then a zoning change happened and they got changed to C2, which makes those homes in that subdivision not conforming, meaning if we had an act of God and hope nothing happens to any of those homes in this district, but yes, they would have to come apply for a special exception to build back, build back their home or apply for the rezoning
Right.
to get their home to be built back. So yes, that's why Councilman College made the motion. There's possibly an error in the zoning because it's not following property lines. It's following linear lines alongside of Martin Bluff Road.
Okay, so we are gonna correct, not just his property.
No, this one's just
Right
his
now,
property.
it's just his property.
That's a good question. We'll talk
And we
about that.
could, yeah, that would be discussed at a later time.
Okay.
And I can address that, Mayor. So what we've been doing is, as these folks along Martin Bluff have realized that their properties are split or they're affected by this rezone, when they made the application, y'all have just taken it on a case-by-case basis instead of rezoning the entire area.
Okay, because it does, I see it's running halfway into other people's properties, not even, it's all split up, splitting their yard into one commercial and residential. And that was just part of my concern. All right, that's pretty much all I have on it.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman George?
I don't really have a whole lot. Everybody's pretty much covered what my opinions were. But I do want to ask the residents that are here tonight, has your opinion or feelings changed or gotten better or worse after hearing Mr. Galloway's presentation? Do you want to comment?
As long as he is a man of his word and he does what he says he's going to do, I have no problem. The only problem I would have is a 4,600 square foot house turns into a 1,900 square foot house. But then, that's on him.
That's on his word. But based on his track record and what he's spoken tonight, I don't feel that would be the case. I do know that, traffic has been brought up, that there would be a lot more traffic on Martin Bluff, but as the property sits today, if he were to decide to sell it tomorrow because we didn't change this tonight, there could be a Dollar General come in and you're gonna have a ton of traffic. You're gonna have a ton of garbage from that Dollar General that's floating down the road. It's really gonna be detrimental to the area. What? Don't think they wouldn't put one right beside it.
Yeah, be careful what you ask for.
There's nothing we can do about it.
It'd be a Family Dollar.
Just we're at Dollar Tree.
Yeah, okay, no.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, sure.
You gotta state your name and address and come to,
Anybody?
yeah, but we got you gotta
I ain't
speak.
dressed.
Well, it's kind of upside down.
You look good.
I'm really challenging some young people to meet me here, but they didn't come. I'm Tanya Shep.
Is it on this agenda item?
Yes, it's on.
Okay, because we're past citizen comments, but we're gonna allow you to speak. We have a motion in a second.
I'm Tanya Shep. I live at 1401 Catita Drive. I didn't come for this issue, but has anyone taken into consideration, I'm not against it, the dump trucks flying down frontage, and while they're building on Martin Bluff, blocking traffic, there's only 2 lanes, one that way, one that way. And I'm just wondering if anybody's considered that. I mean, dump trucks, city, y'all, people's windshields busted and everything, they're gonna come to the city and say, hey, you've gotta fix my windshield.
There's protocols in place
Yeah.
that they're supposed to follow when they're doing construction on properties, including construction entrances and so forth of that nature.
I just wanted to ask because I live down there, but I don't mind if they build $10 Generals. What?
What? You don't care?
I really don't.
Mayor, can I ask maybe one more time?
You want another,
They're gonna do what they want to do.
you want another strip mall?
Go. Hold on, let Councilman College, Councilman George, let's let Councilman George finish.
I just wanted to know, if because my opinion did change after he got up and spoke. I mean, not totally on my old decision, but I think if he sticks to his word, it's going to be really beneficial to everybody that lives in that area. And I think that the traffic's not going to be a problem. I mean, on average, you're probably going to have one person coming home at a time. I mean, you won't notice that traffic happening. Home values will definitely increase or remain the same. It's not going to hurt home values. That's really all I have. I think that if you kept it the same and it would become a commercial property and the development came down, I think you'd be unhappy with the end result. So that's just my opinion there.
Thank you, Councilman George. Councilman Anderson, you had one more?
Yes, somebody mentioned the word spot zoning. And this piece of property follows right on up north on Martin Bluff Road, right across two subdivisions. If one of those houses, or it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 of those houses, or maybe 8 of those houses along there are in this commercial area now. And if one of them goes vacant for 180 days, the person that moves into that home has got to come to us for a special exception to move into one of those homes, don't they?
Yes.
Or apply for a rezone.
Or apply for a rezone. What would be the problem with rezoning this up through those two subdivisions and not be such a little small spot zone and go ahead and take care of that?
You could have a city-initiated rezoning of a larger area. I think the thought process was take on a case-by-case basis so that you didn't change the zoning of somebody's property that didn't want it changed. So we're just waiting on applicants to come in. But you could definitely take that all up at once if you wanted to.
At a later date?
Yes, sir. Not today.
Okay. Okay. That's all.
Okay.
I do have one last comment.
Go ahead.
Basic comment was made about as far as clear cutting properties of all trees and so forth. And I understand we have protected trees with live oaks and the magnolias and so forth. I'd like to possibly look at our UDO and see if there's some way to put some verbiage in there to try to protect some trees, even if they're pines and so forth, as far as instead of just clear cutting the lot 100%. Kind of more working towards of, okay, where do you plan on putting the structure at and try to leave some more vegetation rather than just clear cutting everything.
On individual lots?
I mean, I think
There are definitely measures in place for developments, like major developments, commercial development.
But maybe we could do something of lot size. Maybe we could do like 1 acre or more. 1 acre or more, try to protect some trees and so forth. I mean, I understand the smaller lots you can if you're gonna try to get a footprint driveway and all that stuff, but the larger lots, I think it might be more beneficial. Like I said, I mean, on the south side of Lark, you do actually have larger properties. I mean, they're all 2+ acres, majority of them. North side's 1+ acre, but they did leave the trees and they're off the road. And these houses on the north side are off the road, but they did clear cut everything. So maybe we can look at in the future, maybe a department generated change UDO 1 acre or more, try to leave some trees and some of the natural habitat in place. All right, thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you. I just want to, Mr. Galloway.
Well, I was just going to address the couple of concerns that they had about the traffic. What I was going to do with the driveways, the house is going to sit like 100 feet off the road, and I was going to put the driveway where you can actually turn around on the driveway in the yard and go out facing. And close the cement trucks and the dump trucks once we get started. The only problem I have, like my son property, was going to kind of build a road to get to the houses from off Martin Drive. But just there's an AT&T wire there, and I've been trying for years to get that put up.
Raised up.
No trucks in it. And that's been like that for years. And I was supposed to meet a couple times with someone from AT&T, but it's still the same. Maybe I could get some help having them to raise that line.
They'll take them down one time, they'll get them up.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Galloway. As you heard, and Mr. Shaw, Ms. Wells, we appreciate you all coming, and we totally understand your concern, and we understand that the main issue is the clear cutting that took place, but that, and also what would go over there. I can tell you we have things in place that our planning department will make sure is followed over there. So things happen. As far as the drainage goes, I feel there was already a little bit of drainage problem to the south side of Lark where y'all are. I was up there this past weekend, and it clearly was not raining and everything, but from the storm the day before, you would think a river was flowing out of the residential. Literally, the person with me that I was showing around the city thought we had a water leak at that residence. I'm like, no, it's the water draining to the ditch to go, and I had to explain the drainage. So I understand your concerns, but as you heard from Councilman Elbin, he's talked to some people. Also, there's some things in our Unified Development Ordinance that the property owner will have to address some of the drainage issues when permits are pulled. So I do think it was an error in the zoning, my personal belief. I do think as we voted back in 2017, we had an issue to the north where it was split, divided residential and commercial. I do think there was an error. As you heard from councilmen's members tonight, we have residents that would be hindered if something happened to their home. So I do think there was an error due to the line and parcels and across the road. It's not continuous. There is a spot that still allows residential, and we have lots that across the road that the front part is C2, but the back part is R1. So you would have to build some kind of commercial establishment. Shall it be a gas station or something like that could go there in this zoning that it's currently zoned. So I think homes would be better, and that's what y'all would want in your neighborhood rather than a gas station, and y'all want it to stay residential in your area, I think, is what I heard most of the concerns. So thank you all for coming to our meeting. We have a motion by Councilman College. We have a second by Councilman Gilat. All in favor? Motion's passed. Mr. Galloway, you've heard everybody's concerns, and we hope you will be a good neighbor. That brings us to business agenda item number 3. The applicant was not able to attend the meeting this evening and has asked that we table this to our April the 3rd meeting at 6:30. So do we have a motion to table business agenda item number 3 until April the 3rd at 6:30 p.m.?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Anderson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by
Dante.
Councilman Elbin. Any discussion starting with Councilman Elbin?
No discussion.
Councilman Anderson?
No.
Councilman College?
No comment.
Councilman Gilat?
No comment.
Councilman Jackson?
No comment.
Councilman George?
No comment.
All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to business agenda item number 4, approval of the docket of claims. They all were provided to everybody attached to the agenda online. Also, each council member gets the agenda by email with them attached by our deputy clerk and city clerk. We thank them for that. So do we have a motion to approve the docket of claims?
I make a motion, we approve the docket of claims, provided that all entries thereon are true, correct, properly entered, and not fraudulent.
A motion by Councilman College. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman George. I apologize. Do we have any citizen comments on the docket? None? Okay, we have a motion by Councilman College, a second by Councilman George. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to our consent agenda. We approve all these in one motion unless somebody wants to remove one. 1, approval of the minutes from special called meeting held March the 1st, 2023, and regular council meeting held March the 7th, 2023. 2, receive February 2023 privilege license reports. That was 2. 3, authorization to accept a monetary donation for 2 benches at George Martin City Parks Playground area from Gautier Community Pride Inc. 4, authorization to accept a monetary donation from Gautier Pride Inc. for the city of Gautier's lights and lantern layouts on the bayou. 5, approval of the annual renewal contract with Singing River Services for the Life Care Plus program. 6, authorization to enter into a grant sub-award agreement with Jackson County for the Mississippi Municipality and County Water Infrastructure Program for funding related to the citywide lift station upgrades project. 7, authorization to enter into a grant sub-award agreement with Jackson County for the Mississippi Municipality and County Water Infrastructure Program for funding related to the sanitary sewer main rehabilitation project. 8, request to waive the pavilion rental fees at Baco Park Baseball Pavilion for South Mississippi Housing Authority for its Strong Family Community Outreach Initiative. Do we have a motion to approve 1 through 8?
So moved.
Have a motion by Councilman Jackson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman College. All in favor? Motion carries. That brings us to our study agenda. Number 1, discuss citizen comments. You have 3 minutes to come to the podium, state your name, address, and make your comment. Any citizen comments? And if you're watching on Facebook Live, you're more than welcome to contact your mayor or your council members. Our contact information is online and we are accessible. You're more than welcome also to come to the meeting in person, and we thank all of our citizens that are here this evening. That brings us to number 10, discuss council comments. It's the second meeting of the month, so that brings us to Councilman Eldon.
As always, I'd like to thank the city employees for all the work you do. Can't do it without you. Clearwater, thank you for the assist on several projects this week. I just want to thank you personally for that. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Eldon. Councilman Anderson?
Yes, I'd like to thank all the employees of the city, and we're going to be missing 2 of them here pretty soon. I hate to see them go, but moving on to greener grass, I guess. I understand, but hope y'all improve your careers and have a good time where you're going to. That's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Collins?
Same thing. Thank all our city employees. All your hard work does not go unnoticed. Would like to remind everybody to please come out this Saturday for our Easter egg hunt and movie. Our city employees work hard to put this on as a community event for our city. It's a free event, and we try to put them on as much as we can without being too much of a burden on our city staff. So I hope to see you there.
Thank you, Councilman College. Councilman Gilat?
As everybody knows, this is Lenten season, and on Friday nights, the Catholic Church here in Gautier fries fish, and I'm one of the fish fryers, and that guy right down there, Rusty Andrew, makes a potato salad, and it is awesome. So I invite all of y'all to come by this Friday night from 4 to 6, or next Friday night is our last 2 things. And the money that we raise goes to the, what is it, Rusty? To the
Priest Education Fund, and we can give scholarships
Priest Education
to
Fund.
some of the
So
Catholic students.
we have quite a crew that comes down there, so invite all of y'all to come maybe buy a fish dinner. That's it.
Thank you, Councilman Gilat. Councilman Jackson?
Yes, I thank Clearwater for a great job that they did in Dealer Forest, cleaning out. We had some people double trash, things like that, and some of everything they threw out there. And they did a speeding time, coming out, cleaning it up, and getting it together. What else I had? Yeah, my mother turned 90. We celebrated her birthday. She looked young. I hope that I have inherited her youth, because she looked real young to be 90. She doesn't look 90 at all. And it's been a blessing to be. I put a lot of time in with her, so if you see me going places with her, it's because I'm trying to enjoy the few years that I have left, because she is 90, so pushing 100 is, you want to get as much time in as you can, because people don't normally live 200 and 300 years old. So, but that's all I have, and I have no further comment.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman George?
I don't know about y'all, but the shaker we had tonight, I really enjoyed listening to her. She spoke eloquently. She has a sense of humor. She was very direct when she told Casey to give it up. She's going places, and she had a lot of great tips. I really, really like her. I agree with her on the leaves burning ban. I think that, we get a lot of pushback from the residents. Residents are not happy whenever people are burning leaves. I agree that we should take a look at that, and you know, it improves our health and happiness of everybody, so why not? And being very inclusive with including Hispanic holidays and holidays of other cultures and ethnicities, and I really support that. I like her a lot. Maybe we should get her on mayor's council.
She's got to get on it.
Be your next mayor.
Yeah, she's coming for you, Casey.
That was an amazing number.
I'll help her.
Other than that, we got Tasty Thursday coming up. We got the Easter egg hunt that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we'll have some good weather and not freeze to death like this weekend. I'm sad to see Sam go. He's got a good sense of humor too, and he does good with our Facebook campaigns. And of course, April, I don't know if everybody in the room knows April, but she has played a huge part in our success. She's our grants writer. She does a lot more than just write grants. She's there in support of Paula. She's in support of all the employees here. She does our Mayor's Youth Council. She's at all the events helping as much as she can. And writing those grants is a big job. You have to be so meticulous. You have to include all the right information. And if you don't do it right, you don't get the money. And we get the money because April's writing those grant requests. And we're really going to miss her. Of course, her opportunity is a great opportunity, and I don't blame her one bit for taking it. But just know you always have a seat here at City Gautier if you decide to come back. But that's all I have, and thank you all for all you've done.
Thank you, Councilman.
And I want to give April a key to the city.
Thank you, Councilman George.
And Casey gave my mom the key to the city. We was unexpecting that, so I thank you for it.
You're welcome,
She enjoyed
Councilman
it.
George Jackson. She did deserve it, and we appreciate her. As you heard tonight, there are so many amazing things going on in Gautier, especially the amazing shakers. So I look forward, and I encourage all of you to look at our Facebook page, because we will get those to Sam before he leaves so we can get them uploaded so you can all view them. But they really all, if you could just, the council members who were able to stay for all the presentations, and I had to leave. I had another engagement I had to go attend, but I was able to meet with some of them about their project presentations, and also I was able to be a part of judging them also. And it was just a great feeling to know our future here in Gautier is great. I mean, youth that want the same things you want, and they see things getting done and they're appreciative of those things. That is what we like here in Gautier. I want to thank and apologize to April. I can't thank you enough, April, for everything you've done for the city, the council, myself, the directors. I know will miss you, and your co-workers. But I apologize. But I thought when I asked you to do the prayer tonight, you were sincere. We have this thing going on about our prayer, who's going to do the prayer. Mr. Ankerson always does it, and I asked April, since it was her last night, would she do our prayer? And she told me, yes, Mayor.
I hope I didn't disappoint.
You did phenomenal. So when I called on her, I got this look. And it was the look. And you know what the look is. So, April, thank you for going always above and beyond when you're asked to do something unexpectedly. And I apologize. I took it, didn't take it as a joke earlier when I asked. That being said, I want to thank, 2 weeks ago, there's a new little business that's not in Gautier, and it's really in Pascagoula, but it's sort of part of Gautier because it's like in this place, and back in Katrina, we were labeled as a, nowhere, a landmass. Well, this little area is beneficial. It's got industry there. But it's divided by two bodies of water. And I just want to thank those owners that own the Lighthouse Marina. Sunday before last, they contacted me and asked me did I think our police department would accept them furnishing them some crawfish to eat, and I said, I really think they would. So if you could just go, and visit them and support all of our local businesses, not only here in Gautier, but all of Jackson County, because that's what makes our community a strong community. So our police department was very gracious, and we thank that business for supporting our Gautier community. The March of the Mayors, if you've not seen or didn't see when you walked in, there's a collection box, but at the PD there's one, and at every fire station. The March of the Mayors, we all are participating with Extra Table, which is a nonprofit for food drive, and they tell us what our food is, and ours is granola. This week is the last week, so I encourage you to consider donating to the granola food drive here in Gautier. And if you're watching from another sister city, I encourage you to support your sister city or drive over with your granola. But it's been a great time, and I want to thank Waste Pro for providing the boxes at all of our donation sites for the granola to go in. March the 30th, the mayors will all meet. There's 11 of us participating at Lyman Community Center. If you want to volunteer, Extra Table is looking for volunteers, and it's interesting. It goes fast, but it's a great experience where all the mayors come together with employees, citizens, and you box, and it comes right back. Our two nonprofits that do food pantries here in Gautier will benefit from it. First United Methodist Church and Life Church of Gautier, both located on Highway 90, have food pantries, and so some of your donations will come back to our home community. Gautier Community Pride had their meeting this month, and it was a great meeting, and if you're looking for a nonprofit to join, I encourage you. It's very little membership as an individual citizen, and they got great things going on. Anywhere they got a grant for a small business for beautification or whatever something for your business, you can apply for the grant they have going on right now. Also, I asked them if they would consider supporting one of our local businesses that does some artwork in our community and is also a city employee, and that is Captain Allman and his wife Brittany Allman. If they would support them and buy some Easter decorations for our city entrances and our medians to help beautify our community, because beautification is economic development. So they have done so. Gautier Community Pride voted to sponsor that. They are being put out now, and have probably all been put out by now. At the city entrances, you will see some peeps with some Easter eggs. So we thank Gautier Community Pride for their partnership, and as you heard, we accepted donations for some benches at the splash pad to go there, and also they are partnerships with our lights and lanyards on the bayou. We also have, we mentioned April leaving, and Sam, I know your new employer will be excited, and you will have an awesome boss, but I don't think she's as awesome as Miss Yancey. So you enjoy it, but we will miss you, and glad we were able to be part of your stepping stone in your career, and you've done an awesome job. Don't forget about Tasty Thursday coming up. As you heard from Councilman College, we have the Easter egg hunt and the movie night. Stay tuned to Facebook. We have a mayor's youth council event coming up, and just a lot of things going on. And I'm proud to know we are the city and Gautier, only one in Jackson County that has a bowling alley. So when you think your youth don't have something to do at night on the weekends, they do, because our other sister cities don't have nothing going on at night like we have going on in Gautier. Go get your glow bowling on, or go to McNard Gaming. They stay open late for youth. Go play games down there with them. So we do have stuff for our youth in our community, and I encourage you all to support our local businesses. With that being said, our city manager, do you have any comments?
Yes, Mayor. As you know, we apply every year
in a very short time frame for the community project funding. We apply with both members of our legislative delegation on a federal level. This particular year, we've applied 2 years in a row. We've gotten some 2 years in a row. This particular year, they have really tightened the strings on the types of projects that you can submit. We did find a project that fit. It is a $1.5 billion for interior and exterior work at the old Shepherd State Park Ranger House to create a new community center for residents and visitors. That's something that I hear a lot from different groups. There's no place for them to hold meetings or to have events, and there's no place for, youth groups together, that sort of thing. We really are lacking in that area. That house has been sitting there gutted for quite some time due to water damage. So this is a wonderful opportunity, if we are selected, to really make something nice out of it. So I've passed out a resolution for you, and I would like you to adopt this resolution so we can get it. The deadline's in 2 days, so we can get it up to Senator Hyde Smith.
Thank you, Ms. Shancy. Do we have a motion?
I make a
to approve the resolution of the City of Gautier to apply for the community project funding for the Shepherd State Park Ranger House.
so move.
Second.
We got a motion by Councilman Anderson, a second by Councilman Gilat. Any discussion? Councilman George. Any discussion, starting with Councilman Alvin?
No discussion.
Councilman Anderson?
I think it'd be nice to see this home renovated and improved for what you're asking to do to it. I graduated from high school with a boy that his family lived at that house. And it's going to be nice to see something done with it before it rots down. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman College?
Get us that last bit of money before you leave. That's all I have.
Councilman Gilat?
At one time, the state handled that house, right? Oh, do they still? Do we have to go through them? It is totally under our control now?
Yes, sir, to some extent, to the degree that it's not subject to any historical issues.
Okay. All right. That's all I got.
Thank you, Councilman Gluck. Councilman Anderson?
Bob Shepherd was his name.
Councilman Jackson?
Okay. So, with that 1.5 was strictly on that house?
Yes, sir, but that's also parking, creating some extra parking. That is, the house is completely gutted down to the studs. It probably has some pretty significant damage, so that includes bringing it up to code, but it also includes putting visual, educational components in there. So kind of it won't be like, it'll be those interactive, like an Audubon.
And it'll be open, like the whole building, like they was change the structure of the inside, like it won't be walls and everything, it'll be
Yeah, we
open
want to
space.
make it where it's like a community center as much as we can within whatever restrictions we have. But this also may be enough to even add some onto it.
Right, that's what I was getting at.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
like
that's,
that much.
like I said, we had to put this together extremely quickly, and Shelley has been invaluable helping us. So we've gotten all our letters of support and everything within a week's time. So this is the last piece.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman George?
Nothing.
Mayor, may I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Councilman.
Bob Shepherd was his name. I didn't mention his name a while ago, but aren't there some restrictions with the Shepherd family with this park still?
Within the deed.
I'm sorry?
Within the deed.
Yeah. And maybe we should make sure it's all right with them what we're doing to the home, you think?
Yeah, there's no stipulations.
No stipulations on the home? Okay. Stuff like that.
Motion is second.
Yeah, just want to thank everybody for working on this, and I know it's a time crunch and it's well needed. And it is a historical, to people locally, it means a lot, the home there, to the Shepherd family. So I know they'll be excited for it to be utilized. Also, this past week had the opportunity of getting a lot of phone calls trying to help a resident here that's trying to have a memorial service for their loved one, due to where they had booked, was possibly going to cancel them. And the lack of space and the need is just out there. Everywhere from our Gautier Senior Center having a waiting list to the Audubon having a waiting list, different places that you can think of has literally a waiting list and is booked for months. So there is a need if anybody's looking to invest in some commercial type space like that available in a need. We have a motion by Councilman Anderson, a second by Councilman George. All in favor? Motion carries. Do you have anything else, Ms. Shanson? Thank you so much. That brings us to our city clerk, Ms. Montgomery. Do you have anything? Our deputy clerk, Ms. Dickerson, you have anything? That brings us to our city attorney, Mr. Danos. Do you have anything?
Yes, sir. I would request to go into closed session to determine whether executive session is appropriate.
Okay. Our city attorney, Mr. Danos, has requested we go into closed session to see if we have a reason to go into executive session. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Jackson. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Gilat. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Yeah, the board is going to go into closed session to see if we need to go into executive. So if you'll step outside and Councilman Danos, City Attorney Danos will let you know if we go into executive session.
Everybody should go.
Flip it.
Yeah, flip it.